Okay, well, this would be part 3 of the Changeman repair. You saw it before I worked on it. You saw the insides in part 2. Part 3 here, it is all back together and working. Again, I'll put a link down below to a website that'll tell you the complete history of the Changeman robot project. What I wanted to say. This one is unusual in that instead of the vinyl person's head inside, it's got the round tin head. This all seems to be factory, but again, once you've read the history of the whole thing, you'll see how there were like originally only 10 made and sent out, and the sales didn't go well. It was too expensive. Many years later, another 10 were made for Kitahara out of parts that had been boxed up, and then after that, the remaining parts that were bought up when Metal House closed down and all that kind of stuff were thrown together, and they tried to make what they make out of it, and I think this was made out of some of those parts. And it might be why it ended up with the round metal head. Don't know. Just throwing it out there. But we've got a C-cell 2-button remote. This button is going to make it walk with arms swinging. You can see it's a pretty good walker. And then the red button will make the head open and close with the spinning light effect. I'll get it closer so you can see that light effect. It's not fantastic. It'd have been better with more lights or something if they'd worked on it more. I should stop it so you can see the different head that's in there. So there we have the round tin head, which you saw used on quite a few different Metal House robots through the years. My guess is when they were grabbing parts and putting them together and making what they could make, there weren't any more vinyl heads left at that point or something, so they someone tried an experiment with the metal one. I don't know. All I know is it was sent to me because it wasn't working, and now it is. Now in the first one I showed you the seams, the side seams where they got crimped. And let's turn on the camera light again. There we go. So I got those together a little bit better than they were. This side is the worst, but it was the worst before too. I mean, it had really been rudely crimped. You had the one connection in the bottom. You've got the 2 buttons at the tops. And I guess that's about all I have to say about it. If the owner of this toy wants to speak up and put their name out on YouTube, then they can if they want. Otherwise, I'll keep the repair between him and me. And what else? Did I ever show the back? Here is the back view of the robot. And it does have the SH Made in Japan logo on the rear. Let's go ahead and look at the head split from the rear. So you can see how there's actually some pen marks in the vinyl head where someone had cut this one out just to accommodate the bulk. And maybe a sidewalk, huh? And the vinyl arms, as you saw in the first and second video, really are held in place with those metal clips that you saw. There's a piece of metal that fits around the arm, and then those clips are popped in to keep the arm from coming off. So that's how this one got dislodged. If something were to hit this in shipping or someone were to grab it and pull it hard enough, it would pop off, and then that piece of metal that's in there would drop down and get caught up in the gears, which is pretty much what had happened before.